hanging tough until the bell. Despite her grip, the damage caught up in the next frame, and she was dropped to her knees for the first time after a brutal exchange. During the intermission, all eyes were on the girl in the swimsuit-style gear. It was getting painful to look at Christie's face. As the final frame of the bout got underway, the one-sided beatdown continued without mercy. Ultimately, the accumulated damage was too much. Layla started teeing off with zero resistance, forcing the ref to step in and call it a victory. First, she tanks all the damage, soaking up shots.
Capcom tried to make Street Fighter 2. What they built instead was a completely different game. They called it Street Fighter 89. Wrong characters, wrong gameplay. Nothing like Street Fighter. Players rejected it immediately. This isn't what we asked for. So Capcom pulled the Street Fighter name off entirely and released it as Final Fight, which became a massive hit. But that whole mess forced Capcom to ask a real question. If people rejected a fake sequel this hard, how badly do they actually want the real one? Turns out, very badly. They rebuilt Street Fighter 2 from scratch. Right team, right vision, right game. March 7th, 1991. Drops in arcades and changes everything. 25 million Americans played it by 1994. 1 decade's worth of arcade records broken. The failure that became Final Fight accidentally built the road to the greatest fighting game ever made. Subscribe.
Left trigger. Alright, do this. Right? Now, all I see, you have X and triangle on short routes, right? And then X. Yeah. Now we just have an attack. So his head can get messed up. Hey, bro, running back, might be open. He might. Running. Yeah, CPT. They don't know what to do. I do try to attack. Yes, sir.
To send up the presenting phone calls in the middle of the broadcast.
Yeah, who cares? Who are you? Yeah, you really answering the phone, man. Nobody wants to talk to you.
Oh, I'll make business with
TikTok, what the hell is this? Well, Jeffrey Epstein now has a verified account on TikTok with 1.2 million followers. And in case you didn't know, getting verified on TikTok isn't like it is on other social media platforms. You still have to provide IDs such as a driver's license or a passport, but they have a bunch of other steps. And unlike other platforms, it's not pay to play. You can't buy verification, and they're very selective about who they allow to get verified. So if you're a verified account and you change your name, they take away your verification. And whoever's running this account is only following 2 people, Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump, which I think is fucking amazing. But like every single video...
You may not be able to feel it right now, but just know...
For the NBA in scoring. And now, gets the handoff. For the Grizzlies, a lot of late game situations. John, the late game situation.
I was locked up with a guy, black guy, that had gone on a cruise with his fiance. He has a room with the wifey, and he's got a separate room. And she knows about it. Like, it's on her credit card. She goes to bed for the night. He goes to a bar. Now, the bar, it's adults only. He walks up. Girl is there, chatting with a couple of guys, starts chatting with him. He buys her a drink. I'm assuming she's 21 years old. The bartender's serving her. She proceeds to have several drinks. He ends up leaving because she's talking with the other guys. He goes back to his room, can't go to sleep. At 1 o'clock or something, he leaves to go back to the bar, see if there's anybody else there. And when he gets out of the elevator, the 2 guys and the girl are all getting on the elevator, and they say, "You want to come with me?" And he's like, "Okay." So all 3 of them go to his room. They go to that room. They all have These guys leave, but he goes back to the wife. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, they're banging on the door. He opens the door to like security guards and like the manager. He's like, "What's going on?" They're like, "You need to come to security." Like, "What's happening?" He gets down there. He said, "When I walked in," he said, "the 2 guys at a desk." He said, "One of the guys is just crying." But the girl, she immediately went and told the security that these guys had assaulted her. There were 3 of them. She went back to the room because they'd given her some drinks. She didn't really know what was going to happen. And by the way, she's 15. He's like, 15? She's in the bar. He ends up, when they come back to the court, the FBI arrests him. He pleads guilty. He gets 20 years. During the course of the trial, it came out that this was the 3rd or 4th time she had accused someone of an assault exactly like this. For some reason, in federal court, they wouldn't allow any of that in. I was locked up with a guy.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Somebody just called and complained that you were picking up the yard, I'm
Yeah.
assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
And so he came over and approached me. Fine, but I city told me I was okay to come and help them out with abandoned properties. Today I grabbed my mower and walked down the street to help a 90-year-old widow who's been living alone. Since her husband passed 15 years ago, her front yard had gotten out of hand, overgrown grass, weeds climbing the steps. She physically can't push a mower anymore. She told me the city had already sent her a notice. Cut it or pay a $400 fine. She can't afford that on her tiny Social Security check. So rolled up my sleeves and got to work. About 10 minutes in, I heard shouting over the hum of the mower. I looked up, and her next-door neighbor was storming across the lawn, red-faced, finger-jabbing in the air. He screamed, "You have no right! You can't just do work in our neighborhood without permission." I tried to calmly explain. She asked me to help. I'm not charging her anything. He didn't care. Said if I didn't pack up and leave immediately, he'd call the police for unauthorized landscaping. The old lady came hobbling out onto her porch, pleading with him, saying, "I asked him to help me." He ignored her, just kept yelling. I could see she was about to cry. I looked him in the eye and said, "Go ahead, call the cops. I'll wait right here and keep mowing while you do." He stormed back into his house. I finished every inch of that yard, even trimmed around her walkway and porch. When I was done, the old lady squeezed my hand and said, "Nobody stood up for me in a long time. I don't care how many angry neighbors there are. I'll be back next week with a full gas can. If you think helping your elders is more important than following some petty rule, type stand with her in the comments." How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Open your mouth again, and I'll nail it shut.
You must fasten your seatbelt, sir.
Thank you. Could I have a blanket and a pillow, please?
Sure. Megan.
Thank you.
Serving our complimentary beverages, and then a little later on our dinner. Shortly after that, we'll be showing our featured films. Flight attendants are Susan and Lance, and I'm Susan. We're here to make your trip as comfortable as possible. Thank you and have a safe and enjoyable flight.
Excuse me, how long is the flight?
We land in Valverde in exactly 11 hours.
Thank you. And do me a favor. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Oh shit.
I gotta
Time trying to stay with Steph.
Long range three. Reba looking in for Irving. Irving for the lead.
It's off the winner, defended by Simmons. Is this the day? Three. Rebound Brzezowski.
When you were attending school in North Korea, give me a schedule of what school looks like.
There were 6 subjects: Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il's history.
Wait, those are 2 different subjects?
And then North Korean math, arts and crafts.
Wait, North Korean math? They say a different math?
No, 1 plus 1 is 1.
Really?
1 plus 1 is bigger 1. Kim Jong-il once said he noticed when we were making a paint with the clay and we need another clay, when you mix it together, it becomes bigger 1. It doesn't come 2.
That makes sense, Loki.
You have 10 apples in a bowl. Johnny takes 2. North Korea, no. There are 10 evil American tanks. 1 brave North Korean tank comes in, destroys like 5 evil American tanks.
Metaphors and stuff they use, yeah.
When you were growing up, it's like, what do you want to be? What was it for you? Korean Americans like doctor, lawyer, so what was it for you?
For me personally, I wanted to be a human shield for Kim Jong-il. Literally, like I would imagine myself in classrooms, we're at a war, and Kim Jong-il is in the back, and I see a bullet coming around. I was like, ah!
When you were attending school, what in the world was on our test saying to you?
You've never talked trash to me before, but that kind of got me going a little bit. You should know better than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our test camera. Only a good look at play. Got it! Burns our test and take away. Best finisher of the game, trying to will the Lakers home.
Hey, excuse me? Hey, you okay? You okay? Oh, I'm deaf and sleep at treehouse. Because I was job and lost family from Florida and I moved here. That's how nice days am I. Oh, that's what you said. Oh, can I take you to Walmart? Get you. Yeah? God bless you for even saying hi. Most folks don't see me anymore. Hey. Which one? You want that? Yeah? All you wanted was a phone, that's it. Thank you. I love you too. Hey,
I'll say what I think the U.S. is doing, which is they're trying to get their ducks in a row for a future conflict with China. Imagine if there was a world war. We only really have enough resources to fight in one theater at a time. You can't be fighting against Russia in Europe. You can't also be in the Middle East and then also fight against China. The U.S. national defense strategy in 2026 is I'm recognizing that I have limitations and I need to prioritize. So by taking Iran off the threat list, China could not coordinate with Iran to tie America down in the Middle East while they invade Taiwan. If you're in the U.S. government, you have intelligence that China's going to move on Taiwan in the next 2 years, what do? You have one option. Make it so that you will not face threats in the Middle East, so that everything you have can be in the Pacific. I'll say what I think the U.S. is doing.
I'm gonna ask you, how are you reading your first song?
Excuse me, sir. Your slave isn't allowed in here. This car's for whites only.
But she's not my slave. She's my daughter.
Whatever she is to you, she doesn't belong here.
She belongs wherever I go. We're all children of the same creator.
Oh, you must be one of those fancy-speaking Yanks. If you don't get that filthy colored thing out of this car, I'll throw you and it off at the next stop.
Hey, Maria, would you know? Hold on just 1 second. You owe my daughter an apology. The Bible tells us to treat all children as our own.
Don't pick it anywhere to be my child.
You don't know who that is? John Brown.
Oh shit. Wait, there's a movie about John Brown?
Okay, so this black guy shares his experience he had at a trunk rally. Yes,